A 15-year-old MMORPG. How does it hold up today? Well, basically, it's on life support. Every now and then there's gonna be some kind of event and old players will make a return. They will run around for a while and open their birthday presents on their characters that are long forgotten. Join a new active guild where they will welcome each other. And for a week or two pretend that the game is alive and well. And when euphoria ends, that's when Guild Wars dies again. Just a quick overview of what Guild Wars is before I continue, because some of you were not even born when this masterpiece got released. Guild Wars is buy-to-play competitive role-playing game released on 28th April 2005, quickly followed by 3 expansions: Factions, Nightfall and Eye of the North. Guild Wars is known for having endless combinations featuring 1,329 skills that could be equipped on 8th slot skill bar. NPCs have their own set of builds and changing one skill could result in totally different fight. And most importantly, it is not pay to win. Now, the question is, should you play it in 2020? No, I don't think you should. That's my overall opinion, but you decide for yourself. I will briefly go through a couple of things that characterize this game. First off, graphics. This is an old game, although gorgeous and very well designed, smooth and optimized, still, it really shows its age, as I said. This is not necessarily a con. Some people are looking for a less demanding MMORPG that could run easily. Combat. Well, I consider combat in Guild Wars to be very slow compared to what's on the market today. It's more stationary with skill spam, but that does not apply to everything, especially PvP. The world is instanced. Personally, I'm a fan of this because each area feels like a dungeon or an instance, and you can fast travel and that saves a lot of time in real life. That's a plus for me. 8 skills at once. Again, this sounds terrible to some, but it is really enough for me. I mean, MOBAs have only 4 and they're still played like crazy. Point and click movement. This can make Guild Wars feel more relaxing as you will not be strapped to your mouse and keyboard all the time. Really good for multitasking. It comes at a cost though. You will not be able to jump. On target AoE only. That means you will only be able to use area of effect spells directly on a target. You don't get more control than that. Yeah, that one straight up sucks. Dialogue is not voiced. You will get a cutscene at the end of the mission and that's the only dialogue that's voiced in the game. Yeah, you will read a lot. Player base is really low. I mean, what did you expect? There is still a dedicated player base, but if you ask for help, rarely will someone come to help you. And when they do, they will come with ultra build heroes and literally run through content, and that's not really fun. I mean, you will basically skip the game. I would like to add that Guild Wars is incredibly light game. It could be turned on and off very quickly or stay minimized for hours and you could just forget it, you have it on. It loads very quickly, it's very stable, and you can also get it to run through Wine on Linux. If it still sounds good to you, then that's awesome, but there's still another thing you gotta have in mind. Are you going to play it with friends or alone? This is crucial. Playing with friends drastically improves your experience. If you convince at least one of your friends to join you, you will experience Guild Wars as most of us. If there's more than 2 of you, that's even better, but keep in mind that there could be maximum of 8 players per group. You don't have to wait for your friends, you can solo. But if you're planning to solo all of the time, then you're better off with a single player game. Guild Wars won't be as exciting alone. When you play it for the first time, Guild Wars can be really hard. Once you understand how things work, it gets better, but still hard. That's because there's a lot of depth and too much combinations. You can always look up the best combinations on the internet, but then you skip the whole thing that made Guild Wars successful, and you will end up with one skill bar that you'll play for the rest of the game. That does not sound fun. That is the biggest problem. How much fun will you get out of this game? It really depends on you. I don't like talking about replayability because we're all playing for different reasons. Some players just like collecting items and weapons, the others like to PvP. Then you have the people who like exploring or completing achievements. You can even sit in Kamadan a whole day long and become a wolf of Guild Wars by trading whole day long. But Guild Wars has a ceiling. Once you go through hard mode, there is nothing more to do except endless repetition. And don't get me wrong, you will spend hundreds and hundreds of hours to get there. So, to sum it up, Guild Wars is an amazing game. Should you play it in 2020? Only if you have friends to play with. Otherwise, no. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please click the like button. It really helps me out. And remember guys, stay on top.